Namaste yogis, welcome to your Heart Chakra Yin class today. My name is Kat, if we've not met before, and I'll be guiding you through the next 45 minutes. So just making sure you either have a couple of pillows or a blanket or a yoga bolster, and a block for today's practice may come in handy. But yeah, pillows and blankets absolutely fine if you don't have any proper yoga props. And let's find our way to a seat today. Any easy cross-legged position. Legs don't have to be stacked like this. You can just take a loose diamond shape or tighten the legs, whichever feels good for you. And if the knees are sitting higher than the hips, get some height. I'm sitting up on a bolster. You can sit on a pillow, folded blanket. And just take some shoulder rolls here. Then just allowing the shoulders to settle down the back. Closing the eyes if this feels comfortable for you, or just taking a soft half gaze down towards the earth. Softening the senses to the outside world. Everything you need for your class today is inside you already. And often the outer world can be bright, lively, distracting. So by softening our senses, closing our eyes, draws the focus within. And the energy centers of the body that we may not be able to physically see with our eyes, we can then feel from the inside out. And today we say hello to the heart chakra, Anahata, located right in the center of the chest, front to back and beyond. Anahata, the element of air, the color emerald green or rose pink, our center for joy, love, giving and receiving unconditionally, compassion, empathy, and harmony. The word Anahata means unstruck, unmovable. Heart center, our soul self, higher self, only knows purity in its form that we brought to the earth from the universe, or whatever resonates for you. So just take these first few moments here to arrive. Feeling in to your heart center. You may wish to place one hand on top of another right over heart center. Feel the warmth of the body, the pulse of your physical heart. And just notice how this feels. In our shapes today, we'll be focusing on heart center, as well as the energetic aspects of this chakra. So maybe if you'd like to visualize an emerald green or a rose pink light covering you, please do. With each natural exhale breath, just sinking focus even more inside. You may like to visualize something or someone that brings you great joy, and just feel the corners of your mouth start to turn up. And just feel perhaps the wave of love and joy as you visualize this person, thing. It's absolutely fine if you're visualizing yourself. Give yourself your own love, so important. Just take a few more moments here. Breathing in, connecting to our heart center. It's okay if you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, if something not so joyous is presented. Just sit with whatever is presenting and just trust you're receiving what you need to in this moment. Even if something is perceived as negative, there's always a flip side. It's presented to find the positive. That's also something our heart chakra can help us with. And slowly letting the hands melt away. Rest them on your legs. And gently blinking open the eyes. If you're sitting upon something, you may wish just to slip it to the side. And we'll start in our first shape of butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet out in front of you, and just let the feet maybe touch or take a small gap, and the knees drop out to the side. Target area, the inner thighs, as well as up the spine. So once again, if the knees are sitting higher than the hips, get some height. You may wish to sit on a block, folded blanket, but it's always good just to find your neutral point to begin with, then we can add some support. Any sensitive knees today, bolster can slide underneath the backs of the knees, makes it a perfect double leg rest. Or just a couple of cushions, roll blanket. But if you're okay just to yield, if the knees are quite happy just to drop to the side, just allow them to. Then nice and slow, walking your hands forward, and just come to a point where you can feel a sensation for the lower back, the inner thighs, but it's not too intense. A broad sensation. Do you think, yeah, I can stay a while here? For me, I like to place some cushioning over my feet just so I can rest my elbows. And this just stops me from bracing. If you need to support the head, use your hands or any other props you may have available. Closing down the eyes, softening the gaze once more. And just notice how this shape feels. Physically for the inner thighs, the spine. Energetically, awareness to the center of the shoulder blades and all the way through to the front of the body. Taking the roundness through the upper body. Bring the awareness to Heart Chakra, Anahata. On a physical level for our class, never going to our absolute maximum. Always think of the place in between. So say our maximum is 100%, deepest stretch we can feel. Pare it back to about 70%. Even just think of Goldilocks and the three bears. Not too hot, not too cold, somewhere in between. And this is our edge. The edge will evolve. Slowly and quietly. And this is just what we watch and observe. As we move through the physical body, it is suggested in some theories that our energetic body is then awakened. Sometimes our issues are held within our tissues. So we manipulate the physical. Deeper layers of healing start to happen. And Heart Chakra, such a gentle, loving energy. It only wants the best for us. So maybe pondering. I have just over 2 minutes left here in the hold. What does Heart Chakra mean to you? If you have any awareness of this energy center already, if you're hearing it for the first time, maybe just focusing on the words love and harmony, joy. What comes up for you when you focus on these words? Have you got enough of these things in your life? Or maybe not enough. And that's the trick. Sometimes we think we haven't got something when really we do. We have it already in abundance. We just need to build the connection, the awareness to realize it's there already. And the reason for this is that all the joy and love in the world is in our heart chakra right now. It doesn't go anywhere. It's always there for us. It's just one more minute. I'll let you know when it's time to transition. The last few breaths. Just deepen the inhale. This gets the body ready for our transition, so it's nice and smooth. Take your time, there is no rush. Pressing into the hands, lift the chest. Chin rises last. Take a sigh if that feels good. Quietly placing any props to the side. If the legs feel heavy, draw the knees back together. Maybe you'd like to find your way onto your backs, or just find a seat. You can stretch the legs long. Sit back on your hands. Maybe rest down on your elbows, or come all the way to your back. Any way you can just relax for a moment and just notice what you feel. Where is sensation? It may feel a bit tingly, a bit numb. May even be a change in temperature. There's no wrong way to feel. If you're seated, stay. If you're on your backs, rolling to your left, and take your time to come back to an upright position. We'll meet in a kneeling or tabletop position for melting heart. So any sensitive knees, or even if the knees aren't sensitive, it's always nice to have cushioning underneath the knees. Maybe have a couple of pillows handy or your bolster. And just make sure the knees are happy. If you need more cushioning, grab it. So hands and knees about hip and shoulder width apart. Then slowly start to walk the hands forward. Forehead can come down to the mat or some cushioning. And just let the heart drop, shoulders drop, arms. If they feel it feels nicer to have them a little bit wider than shoulder width, please do. Target area to physically feel the sensation will be the upper body around the shoulders, as well as the front and back line. The belly can totally hang out here. Let the lower back sway. This is a little bit too much too soon for the upper body. Grab some cushioning, pillow or bolster. Place it underneath the chest. This can just take the pressure off if it is a little bit too intense. Then just soften, find stillness. And do check in physically. Is what you're feeling nice and broad? It's not maximum stretch, somewhere in between. And just make sure nothing's ouch, nothing's pinching, shooting or sharp. That physical sensation shows up, fix it, change it immediately. What feeling is broad, never localized. Then bring your awareness once again to heart center. Building our connection. When our heart chakra is pulsing and vibrant, that's when we feel good. We give and receive unconditionally, not just materially, but with our time, with our energy. It's effortless exchange. We're not doing things just to get something back.
doing things because we want to, and it brings us joy. And then when we receive, we don't push it away, we say thank you, gratefully receiving all the gifts that come to us. Our relationships are strong with self and others, caring and compassionate, looking at things from all sides, understanding that people perceive things differently from us. So just allowing others to have their opinion, their say. And looking after ourselves, knowing when it's time to retreat, when it's time to be at the front and center of the stage. Knowing that we are enough, we have enough. But we can easily be rocked off our balance, off our center, and it's all part of life. See, and having awareness of what the starting point is, then we know when we're not feeling so good. We can either be overstimulated or undernourished. And this is simply to do with our connection. As I said before, heart chakra is always there at its best, but sometimes we step away from it. And that's when we have to come back to center. So just the final minute here. Just let the words marinate, ponder on what resonates. And of course, if nothing's resonating, just let it go. And I'll let you know when it's time to transition. Last few breaths. Once again, few deeper inhales here. Super slow. Start to walk the hands back towards the knees. Rise back into a tabletop. Any cushioning, just place it to the side. And you can either just sit down or come to your backs or your fronts. Find your quiet pause in between, often referred to as the rebounding yin, and literally the body bouncing back to its new normal. What can you feel? What's new? What's interesting? If you're seated, stay. If you're on your back, slowly take your time to roll over to your left. Use your hands to press your way up to a seat. And we'll meet for a beautiful heart opener of supported fish. So either grab a couple of pillows. I'm going to use my bolster. And bring it behind you. So we're going to rest our shoulder blades down onto our props. Any neck issues, low blood pressure, do have a cushion or a folded blanket handy. And make sure, number one thing, we're sitting on the floor. We don't want to be hovering in between. Then laying yourself back onto your cushioning. Have a wriggle around. Make sure it feels good across the chest. If you need to lower a prop or put another cushion there, please do. Arms can come out to the side if that feels okay for the shoulders. Or it's absolutely fine to rest hands on torso or even hands onto heart. So focus of the upper body, the chest. Legs can be just long and straight and just let the legs flop open. Or maybe you'd like to revisit butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Then just settle here, notice what you feel. Especially around the chest, heart space area. So when we lose our connection or it gets a little bit blurred,
with our heart center. The heart center can either get a bit overstimulated or undernourished. And this is just simply us stepping away from the source, getting distracted. So if our heart chakra is overstimulated, that's when we get a little bit possessive, a little bit clingy in our relationships. We attach our happiness to external things, and then when these things or people go away, they walk out the door, our happiness goes with them, then we're left behind feeling sad. And being obsessed with good things and not wanting them to change or end, which is not part of the cycle of life. So noticing if you're clinging, holding on to things in your life. And just remembering, all we need to do is simply step back to source and realize we're abundant. Even when things leave and change, we still have the infinite source of happiness within us. We've got exactly what we need in this moment. And our boundaries get very blurred in both overstimulated and undernourished. And if we're undernourished, we get a little bit cut off from people, push people away. Our walls, our boundaries are very high. We may feel isolated. We may put ourselves in a very introverted position, not wanting to connect with others, not wanting to connect with ourselves, blocking ourselves off from our emotions, pushing them away, burying them down. Noticing that we're sad, but we don't want to deal with it, don't want to find the root cause. Finding it hard to build relationships then with others because we haven't got a relationship with ourselves. Not being caring or loving to all the things around us in our environment. Having the what's the point attitude. We're just going to get hurt if we allow ourselves to connect. So coming back to our joy center, our love, our heart. Allowing the emotions to flow freely and safely. Journaling is amazing. Getting all our pent-up worries down onto paper. And sometimes it doesn't look so bad. Having somebody to talk to. Either a friend, a relative, or get some professional care. Somebody neutral who doesn't know you that you can just open up to. Soften your grip if you are feeling a bit clingy. Knowing you're never alone, you've always got yourself. Starting to appreciate the sanctuary within. The last few breaths here. Deepening your inhale. And nice and slow. Bending up the knees so the feet are back onto the floor. Dropping the knees over to the left, just to come off your cushioning without cranking the neck. Then press into the hands, lift the chest. Just placing any props to the side, and especially after a chest opener, just come back to neutral, either seated or lie down, and notice your reaction. If something suddenly feels a bit strong, a bit niggly, do you try and fix it? Or can we just lay here and observe it? And sighing's a great release. And just notice what you feel. We'll just spin ourselves onto our fronts now. So if you're on your back, you can just simply roll yourself over onto your front. Maybe have a cushion handy for the head. Then propping yourself up onto your elbows.
Bring the left leg out to the side. Make half a little frog's leg. Pressing into the left hand to make a little gap. Then slide your right arm underneath so your palm is facing the ceiling. And just lay yourself down. This is where a cushion comes in handy so the neck doesn't feel cranked. So feeling a nice stretch around the back of the right shoulder blade. Maybe feeling something into the left hip. Again, if it's a bit pinchy, if it doesn't feel good, if you feel that sort of tearing sensation, not good, especially for the shoulder, just back off a little bit. Again, it's not how deep we can go. We're not meeting maximum range here. It's how long we can stay. Again, just find your edge, the place in between, and just settle in. Working subtly into our heart center, through the upper body. And even just having awareness of the suggestions that I've made. Maybe there's some wisdom there, maybe not realized, you may be feeling a bit undernourished or overstimulated in your heart center. When we have awareness of our energy, it can really help us in our everyday lives. Especially if you're always giving to others and you start getting a bit resentful, a bit bitter, always feeling like you're the one giving and nothing comes back. Perfect time just to stop. Start saying no with kindness. Using your discernment when to give and when not. Appreciating and loving yourself. One exercise I like, which can be quite confronting, is just look at yourself in the mirror, stare at yourself in the eyes, and just tell yourself you appreciate and love you. And this isn't being arrogant or vain. It's just simply acknowledging the love that's already inside of you. So I'll just leave you in silence for the final minute and a half. I'll let you know when it's time to transition. Last few breaths. Nice and slow. Pressing into the left hand. Unraveling the right arm. Slide the left leg back to center. And just take rest. You can either stack the hands, make a pillow over the forehead. Or turn the head to one side, arms down by your sides. And just check in. What do you feel? How does the right shoulder feel compared to the left? Maybe some subtle differences between left leg and right leg. And we'll set ourselves up for the opposite side. Just turn myself around so you can see the opposite side. Pressing up onto your elbows and bring the right leg out to the side. Make a gap with the right arm and slide the left arm with the palm facing upwards underneath. Again, find your edge, not your maximum. Find your 70% here. If anything is niggling in the right hip, take the leg down away from you. So the closer the knee is towards the left arm, the more sensation for the hip. Main target area is the upper body, the left shoulder blade this time. Then just settle in here. We have 4 minutes. Just making sure physically sensation is broad. And energetically noticing what's arising, just like I mentioned at the start. When we shift through the physical body, it can help to shift through the energy body. The universe is very clever. It won't give us anything that we can't handle. So if some memories, some past issues are presenting to you, they may be a bit spiky, a bit uncomfortable. But maybe it's time to move through to find some healing. Then we can feel lighter and brighter. The flower for the heart chakra is the rose. So even surrounding yourself with roses, either physically or you can just print an image out. Drawing on the healing energy of the rose, or even if you have a rose essential oil. All these different vibrations from nature can help us to balance, find harmony, unity. Final 2 minutes. Final minute. Last few breaths. Slowly, slowly pressing into the right hand. Unravel the left arm. Bring right leg back to center and just rest. Have a sigh. And just notice what you feel. Nice and slow, just roll yourself back onto your back body. Take your time. Bending up the knees, feet are on the floor. Now bring the feet as wide as your mat and bring the arms out wide. Then just very gently, just start to windscreen wipe the legs side to side, nice and slow. Just getting a little bit of movement through the hips, maybe the spine. Then just slowly drop the knees over to the left. If you don't quite make it, not a problem. Having the legs apart and just feeling perhaps a stretch around the outer right thigh, a little bit of a twist through the body. If you'd like to turn your head over to the right shoulder, please do. It's a very subtle twist. And just notice how the upper body feels. So even though we're feeling sensation perhaps down the right, how are the shoulders feeling, the heart space? Does the back body feel a little bit flatter to the earth, a bit heavier? So when we come into our slightly stronger twist, sometimes the upper body can pop up a little bit. But this subtle windscreen wiper twist just helps keep the upper body broad and open. So just one more minute here. Last few breaths. Bringing the head back to center, legs to follow. And then we'll just drop the legs straight over to the right, just making sure you have space. Legs scissored apart, head can come over to left shoulder. If that doesn't feel good, keep the gaze towards the ceiling. Again, shoulders heavy, heart space open. Notice what you feel here for the final 2 minutes. Last few breaths. Head back to center. Legs to follow. Like to give yourself a hug. You deserve one. Squeeze knees to chest. A little rock side to side if that feels good. Grabbing any cushioning, blankets, pillows you would like for your final rest, final shavasana today. So get yourselves nice and comfortable, nice and warm. If lying down on your back doesn't suit, you can always roll to your side, be seated. If you're choosing your back, tuck your shoulder blades under, bring awareness back to heart center, Anahata. Take a nice deep long inhale through the nose. Big sigh out the mouth. And just relax here as long as you need. And this is where I will leave you. Just marinating in the heart center energy of love, compassion and joy. It was my pleasure as always to guide you. Until next time, namaste.